The Future of Higher Education, Embracing Neurodiversity. Hi, I'm Megan Rydell, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Your eyes and picture a college campus. Do you see a bustling quad, ivy-covered stone buildings, students strolling with armfuls of books? Let's examine those students more closely. What gender are they? What race? Are they using mobility devices, hearing aids, a cane? The portrait of the American college campus is changing. Diversity, equity, and inclusion have been a hot topic for years. According to the National Center for Education Data Statistics, Hispanic females are the fastest growing demographic in post-secondary education, increasing by 1,174% since 1974. In fact, there are impressive stats for every race, gender, age, and nationality, illustrating that college campuses are becoming more and more diverse. There is one statistic that is missing. Students with disabilities are a missing piece of the demographic data. In the United States, 13% of people reported having one or more disabilities, according to the 2021 census data. In New York State, there are roughly 95,000 students in post-secondary education that self-report as having a disability. Finding information regarding disabilities requires effort and knowing the right places to look, as opposed to other diversity information. It always strikes me as odd that we discount disabilities from our demographic data. It's the largest minority, and the only minority that you can join at any point in your life. Most of us will be disabled as we grow older. When I picture a college campus, I do see a bustling quad with ramps and ivy-covered stone buildings with push-button doors, elevators, and audio amplifiers. I see neurodivergent students accessing education in a way that makes sense for them. So, how do we get there? One way to support diversity, equity, and inclusion on college campuses is neurodivergent support programs. As a learning specialist and director of student accessibility services, I have seen the number of autistic students grow at SUNY Canton from just 4 in 2016 to 40 in 2022. Many of these students don't need academic accommodations, yet they still struggle with the transition into higher education. This is why I am developing an Autism Transition Program at SUNY Canton, designed to assist autistic students as they enter post-secondary education. This program is called P3, which stands for Parents, Peers, and Professionals. The thought is that these three supports are essential for autistic students to succeed and thrive in a challenging college environment. Let's break down the components of the program. P1, Parents. The parent partnership portion of this program is designed to help parents and caregivers support their autistic students in a developmentally appropriate way. The idea of a parent partnership program hatched from a few incidents that occurred on my campus. Some autistic students are completely prepared for college, are well-versed in self-advocacy, and rarely need assistance. Others are still relying heavily on their parents to give them the same type of support that they received in high school. Studies have found that college students of over-controlling parents report feeling less satisfied with family life and have lower levels of psychological well-being. One instance stands out. A student, Jay, was autistic and had a very slow processing speed. He was enrolled in a special high school program for students with autism spectrum disorder and had a one-to-one aide. His mother requested a one-to-one aide for college, which the school cannot provide. The family could hire an aide, but the school could not provide that service. The family couldn't afford to hire an aide, and Access VR, New York's vocational rehabilitation office, would not support an aide either. In fact, Access VR didn't want to support Jay enrolling in college as they were not convinced that he would be successful due to the severity of his deficits. Jay's mother called Student Accessibility Services weekly to complain that Jay was not receiving enough support. She was frustrated that professors would not call her back. She was angry that Jay's curriculum could not be modified. Finally, she called up the chain to the president of the college. After lengthy discussions, she pulled Jay out of college. This failure brought to light that many parents who fight so hard for their children do not understand the transition to college. I believe that parents are an essential part of a student's success network, and if we assist in their transition, they can assist in their students' transition. The type of involvement is important. Controlling over-involved parents, commonly known as helicopter parents, harm the autonomy of the student, which is the first component of self-determination theory. However, parenting that supports a student's autonomy may be beneficial to them. The next P stands for peers. An important aspect of a residential college is meeting and interacting with peers. However, autistic students could have difficulty making meaningful connections with their peers. The advantage of peer mentoring is that students are supported by those close in age, and there is potential to customize the support to the particular preferences and needs of the student. Connecting autistic students to a designated peer mentor establishes a relationship early in the student's academic career. A student is more likely to succeed if systems are put into place prior to the student arriving at college. The relationship between mentor and mentee would be mutually beneficial. An abbreviated peer mentoring program was created in the fall of 2019, where students in the applied psychology major mentored neurodivergent students registered with Student Accessibility Services. 4 SAS students volunteered with varying success. A full assessment was not conducted due to the interruption of COVID-19 protocols. The final P of this program stands for professionals. The students in the P3 program will have professional staff to assist and guide them through their college career. This is already happening on campus. SUNY Canton values staff and student relationships, and they often happen organically. This program will be more intentional, but will hopefully give a sense of belonging and support. Weekly meetings with a professional staff member will help ensure that academic progress is being maintained. These meetings will also help with the other tedious yet important parts of college: course registration, housing lotteries, financial aid paperwork completion, and other tasks that are difficult to manage. The P3 program is planning to launch in the fall 2024 semester. We will enroll a dozen students in the inaugural class with plans to grow over the years. I hope to see the campus embrace neurodivergent students as we move into an inclusive and accessible future. Thank you so much.